Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. We're back in the shed today on the Beetle and we'll just show you the progress and the finish up of the rear quarter sections that have had the metal replacement done. These corner sections are quite difficult and you can't buy these aftermarket panels, so we had to make the steel to go into here. You can see the weld mark there, the weld mark there. Anyway, it's come up quite nice. We've got the engine hatch on and we've test fitted the rear window to make sure that it fits the aperture correctly. As you can see here, that it's quite smooth. There's finessing, always finessing to be done after the metal work, so body work comes into play now. This will have small strips of filler put into it and just the lines and everything fixed up to make sure that they're exactly the way they're supposed to be. So really happy with the transition there. And the engine hatch is opening nicely. We've got all the corners done and they match the factory shape of the car. We've closed off these drip rails exactly the same way as the factory does. You can see down that line there, it's got the folded sheet in there, and the same on the left hand side. So quite happy with the progress on that now. And we're just about to cut the floors out of the floor pan, and we'll show you how we go about that and what's involved. Okay, so first of all I'm going to run the step drill into each corner of the floor pan that's got to be replaced. By the aftermarket ones of these, we have to order them, they'll come from Brisbane. Then that'll give us a nice close area where we can actually put the sawzall in and cut and trim the excess off here and get rid of the centre pieces, and then we can concentrate on unpicking it all and getting the metal out of the way ready for the new ones to go into place. Doesn't need it. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut the length first, because then the sides actually hold it into position for me until I cut one of these and cut the other and allow it to drop out. If I cut the sides first, then this is all going to hang and probably hang up on the blade and stop it from working. So we go through this line first, then do the outside edges. Okay. Okay, so we've done a rough cut on the floors here and we've used the sawzall they call them. Sounds like someone that's just fallen off the motorbike, got saws all over them. I call it a power hacksaw. Anyway, we've done that. We've done the edges as a rough cut, so that makes it a lot easier for us to unpick the rest of the metal that's actually on the floor pan away from the bone, the centre bone of the car. So if you just come over here and have a look. So this is the 3M paint removal discs, Scotch-Brite 3M, clean strip, extra cut disc, nylon with silicon carbide in them. They're great for cleaning all this paint off so we can see where the spot welds are, and gives us a better idea of how we need to detach the leftover metal. And that gives us then a clean surface for the new pans to go in, and it'll make all the difference. I'll just give this a clean off and I'll show you, I'll bring the camera closer so you can see what sort of a job it does. Only has to be a very light touch. Okay, I'll give you a look at that. Bit of a close-up. You can see there how nicely it cleans up. Shows all the spot welds nice and clear. You hit a patch of bitumen here and there, like I have done up here. Just got to rub some thinners over the top of that to get it a bit cleaner. And that gives you access to your spot welds to get rid of them and peel that metal off so that it's all ready for the new stuff to go in. I'll show you that in a minute. You can see that we've freed it all and it gives us space to be able to get in and actually start to take the remaining part of the metal off the bone of the floor pan. So there's two ways it can be done, of course. You've seen these on some YouTube channels. Power chisel, air chisel, go in underneath and just power along and rip it all off. It makes quite a mess and it leaves quite a bit of metal behind. I'm not actually in favour of just doing that. People say, oh, you don't want to have to drill them out and all the time that's involved, but I find it quite easy. If you use a smaller drill first, just use the smaller drill first and then the bigger drill second. Most people know how to sharpen drills, make sure they're nice and sharp, and it's really easy. It's just bang, 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 bang. And it takes the metal out that's required, and then you can see, watch by this, when I put the chisel through there, that it makes life a lot easier. Anyway, that's the way I like to do it. And there's a lot less metal left behind. Just let me unplug that compressor. That's the way I like to achieve it, and it leaves a lot less metal behind. You can see 90% of it just comes off clear, and then the sand through there is really easy. There's a couple of little bits of metal that get left behind on the odd occasion, but they'll sand off without any trouble. At least then for every spot weld you don't have this large chunk of metal that's got to be sanded off or ground off. Just makes it a lot neater. You can see how neat it is around there. So I make the effort, I use the drill. A lot of guys don't even bother with the drill, or they might use one of those band sanders, but this is the way I do it, and I find that it works a lot better. Alrighty. So that's that stage, and we'll show you, this is off to the sandblasters then, so it'll all get cleaned up and put into epoxy primer, come back for us to put the floors back into it when the new floors arrive. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.